So I've resurfaced it with 800 grit. Still got a score there, but looking at this, it's protected. So it did get a little flatter. Could tell by the outside edges getting trimmed. So I'll put that back on. That goes that way. Nope, it does not. It goes this way. Wait for it. Okay, yes. That's how the screws line up. Okay, that goes from this side. So that'll be the long one. And then we've got a short one. Okay. Throttle valve is still free. Somebody's had this apart before because the screws are different. But I guess 75-year-old transmission, that's not too surprising. Right place. These are all the same size. Yep, that's supposed to slide right through. This one. Put this into the cog. Nope, my mistake. I'm going to put this past the peg there first. Not quite. I'll leave one screw in. There we go. Gonna need a better screwdriver on that. And then this, right out to where this can engage it, like that. That works. That will work when I'm done with it. I'll drive that just past so I get the spring in. And the ball bearing. Watch that that does not go shooting off. Ask me how I know. There. That's all in place. Now I can put these back on. There, you can get it in seated by rotating it. And that's pretty tight, very little play. So there's a lot more play on the one in the car, so that's one thing I'll have to check. So that's assembled. You can tell by the staining which way this goes. So this one you can tell by the staining which way it goes. Okay, so here's the fat one there. Okay, things line up. Screw holes, ports. So that should go that way. Does it make any sense? That one curves around and goes to the hole. This one matches here. This one matches here. So it goes like that. Then, I don't remember right now which one is long and which one's short. This one here should be long, since it's got a shoulder there. Now, that'll hold it in position. Now take the other one apart. And I took it all apart, and everything looks good. It all fits together nicely. One thing I have to check, I guess, is that this piston is different than the other two. I'll just make sure I've got the right one there. These have a shoulder on them, and this one does not. Other than that, everything came apart nicely. It was easier to take apart than the other one I had. Over there, the springs look correct. The heavier one's over here. The middle one is in the middle, and the light one with the next heaviest spring are on the other side. So I'll just check this one piston, and then I'll reassemble it all. Here it is taken apart. Everything goes in that order. Mid-size spring, two large ones. This one's the longer of the two with that bore. This is a stiffer spring than that one. These pistons appear to be identical. The valve body, these pistons appear to be identical. And then the end plate. And the ports for oil supply and return. Looks so simple. What could be wrong with the other? Yeah, put the springs back in. One thing to watch is that these pistons on the ends are slightly different sizes. This one is bigger. It does not fit in that hole, but it does fit in this hole. Like that. I would put it right in, but it's a little awkward with one hand. Anyway, that's the way they have to go. There's three holes there, 3 holes there. Match them up. So, beauty of Hydramatics is you can take the side cover off, get the valve body out. One thing I just noticed, and I certainly didn't see that happening, is that peg there that's supposed to mesh with this plunger for a throttle position is not meshing. And this is popped out, and it looks like it's broken. That's interesting. Wasn't like that when I put it together. But then it wasn't moving before either, so it's not broken after all. It's this pin is broken off. Might have to drive this back down again. Maybe not. We'll see. Anyway, that pin has to come out and be replaced. It's a nub, whereas on the good one, it comes right through and stops the shaft from separating. Well, that definitely would have caused the problem, but I'm going to keep going just to make sure everything's good inside. I've put this pin in, so now it can't come apart. So if you find that this pin pushes in on your transmission, that pin is broken. But you can see now that it operates with the gear lever, and then it wasn't before, and then the regulator inside for the throttle position turns as well, like this. So make sure when you're assembling it, use some oil, and that these pistons move smoothly and spring back. Needs a bit more oil in there, I think, or there's some grit. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And then I'll put this end cover on, this end cover on, and I'll work on this body. One thing I just noticed is that when I took this apart initially, years ago, this fork was broken. So I re-welded it, and it looks like it was bent as well, because the gap of those two shift forks, this is actually the reverse. That works the reverse lever. The gap is significantly different, so I'm probably going to have to build this up before I put it back in. Further inspection of the manual shows that the 46, which is what this is, it's a 1946 valve body, had a fairly wide gap in there. So I've narrowed it down, and now I will grind off all the excess welding, wash it again just to get the grit off of it that was from the vise, even though I was using a rag, and any splatter that happened to get over the body. Make sure it's all clean, and shape it, make sure it's clean, put it back in, see that it shifts properly as far as the physical of the reverse, and then hopefully it'll shift gears automatically. Another little wrinkle, I'm not sure I can do anything about it, so I don't have any oxyacetylene, that this sloped slightly, and this one is straight across. I'll see if I can do something to shape that a bit, but I don't know if I have to, but it would be nice if it was a little closer to the original. Well, it worked better than expected. I used 2 crescent wrenches, one here and one on the other side, and I bent this arm, held it in place here, and bent it on this end until I got this one straight up and down, and this one was still bent, and I used a straight jaw vice grip. It's got to be a straight jaw, and then bent that way a bit. So now it's pretty much straight. I'm not going to push it any further. I don't want to damage anything, and it's certainly better than it was. One thing to make sure of, and I almost didn't, was that the shift lever for reverse actually passes these. So this is the whole shift lever mechanism which works the piston there. You can see going up and down. And previously it was too long from the repair. So now it clears. So now it's ready to put back in. Good thing I checked that. You might want to too. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, or even notify, or any of the above, or all of the above. Thank you.